So a few days back, I bought some Ayurvedic powder of the brand Carmel Organics from Amazon. After I opened the package, I saw that they have sent some tea bag samples of the new product to try and test it out. So after trying it out, I really liked the taste of it and searched the packaging box to find out the ingredients in it. I found out that the tea masala is made out of completely herbal products, which I will discuss here later. Now after that, I searched on Amazon to buy it separately and found out that they were way too costly to afford for a long period of time. So I decided to make my own tea masala from the ingredients mentioned on the box. Now before starting this video, I want to give you a quick disclaimer that I am neither a doctor nor any clinical researcher. However, I would like to say that I have a deep faith on Ayurveda. So before commenting anything on the comment box, I would like to again remind you that this is not a cure to any disease. It is just an immunity booster. To be more specific, it will provide immunity against catching colds. So let me show you how you can also create your own immunity booster tea masala at your home. So let's get started. So the very first thing that is required to make this type of masala tea is tulsi leaves. I am pretty much sure that most of you all are already aware about the amazing benefits of tulsi leaves in curing cough and colds. So here you can see this is a tulsi plant and we will select the best leaves out of it. All of these plants shown here in this video are grown by me in my garden and all of them will be handpicked by me. Next here you can see this is a turmeric plant. Turmeric fingers grow inside of the ground just beneath the roots of the turmeric plant. So I have to dig it out in order to take it out from the ground. Friends, here I want to mention that you can also put processed turmeric powder instead of turmeric fingers, but I don't know the genuinity of the turmeric powders. That is why I am taking here the raw turmeric which are grown by me, and I also recommend you guys also to collect the raw turmeric fingers if it is available in your nearby market. Coming to the next ingredient, you can see this is a moringa plant. If you are living in India, moringa is commonly known as sahajan in Hindi and in Bengali language we call it sojne. This tree is also known as drumstick tree outside of India because of the fruits that resembles somewhat similar to of a drumsticks. The fruits of this tree are mostly used to make sabzi or dal in India. To be more specific, in the southern India. Now you can see this is a hibiscus plant. In Hindi we call it as gudhal or in Bengali we call it as joba. I think if you don't recognize this flower with its name, I am sure that you will recognize it by seeing it because it is one of the most popular flowers grown in India. Now here you can see we have collected the moringa leaves, the tulsi leaves and hibiscus flower in a big bowl. After that we will select the hibiscus leaves, the moringa leaves and the tulsi leaves separately and wash them separately and put them in separate containers. I am emphasizing on the word separate more because of a reason which I will tell you in this video after a few seconds. Friends, take the hibiscus flower and rinse it thoroughly just like I have shown in this video. This is because there are very fine dust particles, allergens and insects inside this flower which are not visible to the naked eye. So you have to thoroughly rinse it and make sure to pull out the green bud at the end of the flower. Now wash the moringa leaves and the tulsi leaves in a similar pattern. Now after getting rid of most of the water content just by shaking it, put them into separate containers and let them dry in bright sunshine for 2 to 3 days. The number of days for drying may vary from person to person just because of the amount of sunshine it will get. For my case, I left it to dry for 3 days. When it will completely dry, it will be just like paper, and if you smash it, then it will fall into pieces just like bits of paper. After putting them into separate containers for drying, make sure to cover the containers with a thin piece of cloth or muslin cloth that is semi-permeable in nature, which means that the moisture can easily pass away from the cloth, but the sunshine or dust particles cannot enter to the container. Now friends, I will tell you the reason why I told you to keep them separately on separate containers. This is because friends, you know that the taste of the moringa or the turmeric raw or ginger, all of them are different, and if the concentration of these things on the final product is more or less, then the taste of the product will vary from that of the original products. So in order to maintain the original taste of the original product, I am telling you to always try to match the percentage or the ratio of the original product. Now the percentages of the ingredients are shown here. Make sure to try to approximately adjust this percentage as much as possible. If you are having a kitchen scale or a weighing scale at your home, then this will be very much easy for you to do. Or if you are not having such a weighing scale, then also you have no problem, because percentages and ratios are the two things in mathematics which are very much easy to play with. For example, you can take a full big cup as 100%. So half of it would be 50% and 1/4 of it would be 25%. So like this also you can take an approximate measurement of this, and always keep in mind that you do these measurements and mixture after drying of the products. If you try to match the ratios in the raw form, then it wouldn't match to the original ratio, because after drying they will shrink a lot. Now after leaving it to dry for 3 bright sunshine days, you can see that these leaves have turned into thin pieces of paper, and if we touch it gently, then also it smashes and falls into pieces. This is what the final product we need. Now we will take the hibiscus flower and we will try to separate all the petals one by one. Now you can see here that the hibiscus flower has dried up completely, but the finish of it is not like that of the moringa leaves or the tulsi leaves. So it cannot be smashed with only hands. You have to take the help of a pair of scissors, or another thing you can do is you can tear the petals one by one with your hands, but it will take much time. So I recommend you to use a pair of scissors instead of doing it by hand. Here you can see, after taking out all the petals of this flower, the remaining portion which was previously attached to the green bud, when we are washing it, that part remains stiff and we cannot cut it down with scissors. So you have to throw it out, and we will proceed with the remaining petals. Here in this video you can see I have used a pair of scissors which is quite old, and the deposition of rust has formed over it. I couldn't find out the pair of scissors which I used most frequently near my hand, so I had to use this old pair of scissors. But there is nothing to worry, because when we will boil these ingredients in water and we will make the tea, then most of you know that boiling water kills almost 99% of the germs, so there is nothing to worry about it. Now for the moringa leaves, we will separate out the branches of the leaves just like the way I have shown in this video. After separating the branches from it, you will see that the paper will be completely dried up, as I have stated many times before, and it will smash just by touching it. So what you have to do is smash out all the leaves of this plant into very tiny pieces as much as possible, so that all the ingredients mixes well thoroughly and get mixed very well. We will repeat the same process as of moringa leaves with the tulsi leaves. Now you can see that the moringa leaves and the tulsi leaves has converted into fine dust, and the hibiscus flower petals have also been converted into fine particles. Now what we will do is we will take all these three ingredients and put it into a big bowl and mix it very thoroughly. Now the part comes when we will add the ginger fingers and the turmeric fingers in it. Now friends, here I want to mention you that there are basically two ways to do it. One is you can chop out the ginger fingers and the turmeric fingers into fine particles and leave it to dry under the sunlight, just like we have dried the leaves and the petals of the flower before. But in this process, what happens is the moisture content and some of the nutritional contents gets dried up and evaporated up by the strong sunlight. So I prefer to go with the option number 2. But the benefit of this option is that you can mix all the ingredients at once and you can store it in an airtight container and you can make your tea whenever needed within a matter of seconds. But for the option number 2, you have to chop it down just before the making of tea, and this will consume some time. So if you are a hurry person, if you are a very busy person, then go for the option number 1. Or if you are like me who have time and care more about the nutritional facts, then I prefer to chop the ginger fingers and the turmeric fingers just before the preparation of the tea and add them before it. So friends, by this way you can also make your own immunity booster tea at your home. I hope you have liked this video, and if you like this video, don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. Also, if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing this channel so that you can get more awesome contents like this. Now after adding all the ingredients, you can see the final product will look somewhat like this. Now finally the tea masala is ready. Now what you have to do to serve this is you have to take a cup of water and boil it in a saucepan. Then you have to add a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons if required to it and let it to boil. After that, strain the water through a strainer and drink it hot.